Okay, today we're going to make these big head Coroplast yard signs. This one's my grandson Declan. His birthday's coming up here, and we thought we'd surprise him with this big head yard sign. Let's get started. Okay, now that we have the Coroplast loaded into the Glowforge, we're going to open this up. I already have the file in here. I brought his headshot in, and then I just did a outline of his head. And so this is the outline of his head right here. So what I just did is create outline. So we're going to ignore the actual file that we downloaded, and we're going to cut the outline of his head with the Coroplast settings, which are 165 full power. So what I'm going to do is go over here, make sure I have the Pro Pass-Through selected. So we can see most of this headshot here. We're going to go over here and hit set focus. Set the focus on the Coroplast. Wait a couple of minutes for that to work its way through. I set it up for just about 17.5, 18 inches wide. So it's going to take about 1 minute and 25 seconds. So I'm going to go hit the print button on the Glowforge. Okay, I cut out the outline of Declan's headshot here. So we're going to go over to the computer and set up the UV printer and show you how that works. Okay, this piece of equipment here is the Compress UV 1200. It's an ultraviolet printer. So as soon as you print as soon as it puts the ink onto whatever you're printing on, the ultraviolet light goes over it and dries the ink instantly. So there's no cure time whatsoever on this. It dries it instantly. So this is what we're going to use to print out the big head of Declan on the Coroplast. We're going to load the table in here, the load button, and automatically just goes in. Okay, now we're going to go back over to the Glowforge app. We need to get this outline of Declan's big head. We need to save that and get it over into the Compress printer software. So what we need to do, we need to go up here to the hamburger menu. We need to come down and hit Export Design and hit Continue. And that'll download that outline onto the computer. Now we're going to go over into the design software for the Compress printer. We're going to hit File. And we're going to hit Import. We're going to find that file on our downloads. And we're going to go ahead and wait a second here until it comes over into the software designer. And here it comes. And right there is the file that we got from the Glowforge. But we need to just have an outline. We don't want this all black here. We don't want it printing out in black. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go over here to stroke and fill tools. We're going to do the stroke full, and we're going to get it at 0.02. And we're going to make sure we have it set up with black outline. Then we're going to go here, and then for the fill, we're going to go invisible. Now we have our outline, and we're going to put this outline 1 inch off the top of the printer bed and 1 inch off the side of the printer bed. Alright, we got all set there. We're going to go to File. We're going to come down to Print to Compress Rip. We're going to print it into a single pass local. We're going to hit OK here. And now we'll go over to the rip. The file's going into the computer here, or into the printer, I'm sorry. And right there you see it. We're going to hit print. And it'll go ahead and print onto the bed. We want this outline to print onto the bed so that we can line up the Coroplast cutout that we did perfectly onto the bed, so when we actually print the photo of Declan's head onto the Coroplast, it'll line up perfectly that way. Alright, after we hit the print button, the printer starts printing here. It is printing that outline straight onto that bed that moved into there. As you can see, the UV lights and the print head going back and forth. That UV light cures that ink instantly. So we'll speed it up here and get to the end of it here. Here to the table, we're going to line this up. As you can see, it printed that out on there, the outline right around through here. So we're going to line this up with that outline. Okay, I'm back over here to the designer software for the computer. I'm going to bring over Declan's head, the actual picture of it. So I got to import that. Got to find out where we have it. Right here it is. Declan's head. Importing that file. Click OK. And there's his head right there. So now what I have to do, I'm going to put it in, line up with 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the side. And then we're just going to resize this. I'm adding an extra layer here so I can put the outline on one layer and the head on another layer. So we're going to resize this to fit that outline. Maybe make it just a little bit bigger than the outline itself. Okay, keep going here. We'll stretch it out a little bit further. Got it to just about the right size. We're going to bring it a little bit further up here. Make sure we center it here. In order to center it, what we're going to need to do, we're going to need to select the outline I gotta select the outline first, and then I need to hit alternate K. That will bring up the centering shortcut here. So you go up here, we're going to center it to the horizon and vertically. Get it to just about where we need it. Maybe a little bit bigger, it looks like. Bring it out just a little bit more. There we go. And now what we want to do, we want to clip his picture and the outline here. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit select all. We're going to go up here to arrange. We're going to hit clipping. So we clip that out. That will cut it to exactly the size of the outline. So now we have everything set up the way we want it. We're going to hit print to compress rip. And we hit single pass local. Now we go over to the rip, wait for the file to come over. Takes a little longer for the bigger file to get over here. There it is. Okay. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to see how much this ink is actually going to cost us to print this out. So we're going to right click onto this here. Oh, I hit too many times. We're going to hit right click and we're going to go down here to rip only. Now I'll wait for that to process. And there you can see it up there. The job cost comes in at $1.21 in ink. That's the cost just to print out that one side, only $1.21. Now we'll hit the print button and get this thing printed off. Okay, it's all done. It's a little sticky on there. Gotta pull it up off of there. Alright, there's how it turned out. Let's see it right there. Let me back up the camera a little bit. And that thing is pretty big. Here's how big it is. So it's little Declan's birthday. This is from when he was, I would say, between 1 and 2, somewhere around there. But he's 4 years old this week. So we're going to stick this in his yard. Pretty cool. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe and like buttons. Thank you.